Good evening, everybody. It's City of Clear Lake Shores City Council regular meeting, May 4th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. All members are present. So item number 1 is done. Item number 2, pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the Texas flag. So we'll go through this slowly, but your last report, Ms. Jan Bailey, Councilwoman Jan Bailey.
There we go. Too loud? Okay. I wanted to briefly say just a few things. I wanted to say that I'm humbled and honored to have been able to work beside so many talented and knowledgeable individuals. Many of them had more skill level of different areas than I had, and I really appreciated learning from them. I've always felt a sense of pride anywhere I've gone representing the city in any events, and we've done quite a few. I've enjoyed being a part of and experiencing city traditions. I've lived in the city for 25 years, and 8 has been on council, and I really have enjoyed my time. I've seen the city grow quite a bit, and it's not only up here, it's Civic Club, and it's all the boards and the roads and drainage and P&Z and all of the moving parts were so important. So moving forward, I want to encourage everyone up here on council, mayor, to approach all your decisions, every single decision you make, with an obligation to citizens, in particular your constituents, in collaboration with council and with a great deal of humility. Thank you for the opportunity to serve Clear Lake Shores. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Bailey. Very kind words. All right, Councilman Rick Fisher.
Wow, that's going to be hard to follow. No reports, but I did want to do a quick shout out. Unfortunately, he's not here tonight, to Kevin Harrell. Wait, let's switch your nameplates there. We attended a benefit this weekend on Saturday for a young lady named Lauren Warwick, who was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer, and they had a fundraiser for her. And we just went there to attend the fundraiser. Well, much to my surprise, we get there, and there's Kevin and his wife Kelly, and they're working with a group called Blessing Babes. And they were sitting there working their tails to the bone, just doing all sorts of work for that fundraiser. And so I just thought that that was really cool to see one of our city officials out there doing something to just help somebody in need. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Kevin, and like I said, I'm sorry he's not here to hear it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fisher. Councilwoman Pro Tem Christy Lyons. Okay.
I just want to say that it's been great living here on the island and serving the community. I've enjoyed everything I've done, from volunteering with the Civic Club and meeting everybody. I love my seat on City Council, but yeah, we're just ready for a new chapter, so I wish everybody well, and thanks for everything, Kurt.
All right. Thank you, Councilwoman Lyons, and obviously you're very passionate to it, so it's know that your heart's very committed to the city, and we appreciate that. Councilman Alex Scanlon.
I'd like to thank Jan and Christy for their selfless service to the city. I know you inspired me when I was sitting in the audience, 5 years ago when I first got here, and a little nervous that y'all are leaving and we're all pretty fresh, so you might get a couple phone calls, but, you know, thank you for your leadership and your time. It is appreciated.
Thank you, Mr. Scanlon, and Councilman Randy Cronister.
I'll just say ditto. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Cronister. All right, I got a couple items, so hopefully I can stay on subject here. First off, May the 4th be with you. One of my daughters was to tell me to say that tonight, so since it's May 4th. Break it up a little bit. Due to the rain that occurred on Saturday, we went ahead and postponed the shrimp boil to this May 8th on Saturday from 2 to 5-ish, and we'll have that until the shrimp run out, or hopefully we eat them and then they're no more available. Don't run away from us. Also, there'll be a jump there for the kids, sponsored by the Civic Club, and then Okies is also sponsored, and then Galveston Bay Beer Company will also be there to share some of their samples and let us all welcome them to the neighborhood. They'll be moving in up front. Great blessing of the fleet, and congratulations to our own CLS Yacht Club. The Commodore is here, Mr. Alan Batchelor. They got first place for the Elks in Paradise theme with their Gilligan Island theme on the sailing craft Flirting with Time. Congratulations. He said we're going to have to build a little niche somewhere to put all the trophies for the future of the Clear Lake Shores Yacht Club. That'll be great. Since Civic Club's not on tonight, I want to get a little pitch in for them. Island Garage Sale on the 15th. They'll be, I think, cooking hot dogs. We've got 2 roll-off dumpsters coming in, one at Jarboe and then one at Shell Bottom. And just remember not to put any of the hazardous items in those, because the city gets charged for those. And that'll be the big garage sale for around the island, and they'll be handing out papers. And I think they're like $5 to participate, so pretty cheap. Next one is, if you're a teacher, you need to stand up. All right. I want to give a big round of applause to them, just to personally recognize them. The teachers change lives of millions of children every day. Instruction could be virtual, in person, and mix of both. Their immense work and impact have provided a much needed sense of community and connection. It's been a crazy year, right, with everything going on in that, and I appreciate y'all endured all that. And thanks for all the hard work that y'all do, and providing the tools that all the kids need for their full potential. So thank you. And that's all I have. I'll save the next one for Jan and Christy later. Next is staff reports. Police Department Chief Keel.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. I'll start off with the obligatory thank you to Councilperson Bailey and Christy Lyons. Y'all are very special. We thank you for your service and your dedication and the time that you've given to the city. It does not go unnoticed, and your presence away from us is going to be even more noticed. So my phone number will be the same. Please call me if you need something. And I just couldn't have done any of this without your support. I thank you for what you've done. The mayor took away one of my recognitions. I wanted to recognize Teacher Appreciation Week also. Teachers have an easier job than I have. I couldn't imagine what it would look like if I was teaching. So I thank you for your support and your dedication to our children. That is a thankless job, I think, and I appreciate all that the teachers do for us. I will also mention that next week is National Police Week. The National Police and the Law Enforcement Officer Memorial Fund is Sunday through Saturday, and I believe there's a ceremony on Wednesday next week. I'm not sure where that's at yet, but they're all over the state. I'll give you the stats for the month of April. The Clear Lake Shores Police Department conducted 297 traffic contacts. We made 14 arrests throughout the month, 2 DWI arrests, 7 narcotics arrests. We took 23 offense reports, and those are included in the arrest. There were 6 thefts. Those were all retail thefts, I believe, except for one on the island, which was a trailer that was stolen. We had 1 trespass call, 5 fraud calls, and 1 weapons-related offense. We conducted 745 business checks and 13 residential checks. That's the stats for the month, and we are working diligently with the District Attorney's Office in Galveston County and the Sheriff's Office in Galveston County to upgrade our system through a program where they do their reporting. It's called Genetech. It's free. It doesn't cost us anything, but we'll start submitting our reports through that app on the internet to alleviate having to make copies and keep files and make tabs and things like that, and that's very time consuming, and that's going to really improve our efficiency and upgrade our service. So we're looking forward to getting that up and running. I was surprised to find out when I came here that we're the only agency in the county that didn't have that in place, and with our new cameras that y'all allowed us to purchase and some upgrades that we've made through the technology, we're able to get on that system with everybody else, and I think it's a great thing, and I'm very excited about it, and hopefully it'll get kicked off in the next, well, before the next council meeting. I don't want to put pressure on myself. Maybe before the next council meeting we'll be up and running. That's all I have. If you have any questions.
All right, thank you, Chief Keel. Building official Kevin Harrell's out, but I think Brent's got some things to discuss.
Good evening. Building official is on training right now in Bernie, and he'll return on Friday. I've been doing some inspections for him and communicating remotely. He did relay that Galveston Bay Brewing Company has submitted their plans for plan review, so we were waiting on that, and that will await his return. And he also has plans for a new house that will be built, new construction on West Shore, and that is in the plan review stage as well. There's no changes with Okies or Marina Bay Harbor to report.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Spear. And Clear Lake Shores Kema Volunteer Fire Department Chief Rob Zuniga's absent. No report. Galveston County Health District Amy Weber is absent. No report. And City Administrator Brent Spear.
Good evening, and I'll echo the sentiments. Thank you very much, Ms. Bailey and Mrs. Lyons, for your tireless work on behalf of the city. You were part of the council that hired me, and I am very appreciative of that, and I wish you good luck on the next chapters in your life as you set course. So, fair winds. The court process will be virtual for the I guess for the near future, and I'll be meeting with this week. We'll have an updated meeting regarding State Highway 146, and that will be with area partners. I will be meeting with possible bid contractors for Lowell Brown Fishing Pier and bulkheading. That'll be on Friday morning. Also Friday morning, city staff will meet with our emergency management director, which is our mayor, and we will do a walkthrough of our emergency response plan. And it's important that the city does that, but it's also important for residents to plan just in case we have to bug out or hunker down. So suggest that you look at getting your personal affairs in order, having plans, and stockpiling necessary items. I'm starting to learn that after 3 years down here, but most of you have been here a lot longer, and probably second nature. So just be aware of that. The city will also be pushing out, probably will not have an in-person hurricane safety meeting or awareness meeting, but we'll push that out through our social media outlets and get that hopefully in front of the right people. So be aware of that. On project updates, pool plastering is continuing. It's a little bit behind schedule, but they're making good progress. I don't have any, I have some other updates. We'll have an EDC meeting next week in this building. On the east parking lot, which is located in the town center area, we're waiting for the foundations for the light poles to be augured in, and anticipate that possibly even as early as tomorrow or the next day. They're just waiting for some groundwater to exit the area. So we'll be drilling or augering those foundations, and also do the one in the west parking lot between Skippers and Okies. So once that's completed, the complete construction, we'll hopefully have a safely lit parking area for residents and guests. And if there's no questions from council, I'll let you read the rest of my notes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Spear. Item number 5, public comments. At this time, any person with city-related business may speak to the City Council in compliance with the Texas Open Meeting Act. City Council may not deliberate. Comments from the public should be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes per individual. If anybody would like to speak at this time. Mr. Ronnie Richards. Yeah, on the side, it should be a little slide to push up.
Well, I just want to thank Jan and Christy for serving their time on the council here, and I know that it's not always been easy because there's always a lot of challenges, and other times it's been, I'm sure, fun too, but it takes a lot of dedication to show up to these meetings twice a month, if nothing else. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Ronnie. Any further public comments? Having none, close item number 5. Item number 6, new business, consent agenda. Does council want any items pulled consisting of A or B? Having none, does City Council have any objection to the consent agenda as written? Having none, the consent agenda is accepted. Next, council business is discussion and possible action may be taken on the following items. Item A is presentation of silver dollars to city council members and the mayor. So, the good side of it is 3 of you get short-term silver dollars. So, you're only up here 6 months and you're already getting paid. So that's pretty good.
That's a record.
And then next we also do this. So first I'll present to the existing council, or no, the newest council members, which is Randy Cronister, Alex Scanlon, and Rick Fisher. So these are just regular here now? Yeah, that's fine. Rick Fisher. And Randy Cronister. All right, and next is the outgoing council, which it's hard to see y'all leave because we've done so much together, and so Miss Jan Bailey will go first. You know, I remember a lot of times us talking about me running for council and all that stuff, and it's been crazy, and I appreciate all your support and work that you've done with the city. I know you're a huge protector and taking care of the police department and getting their cars and their vehicles, and then a number of other things, and then just only your family yourself, Cole and Carter being there for you, and then the rest of your family, the city, always being there. So thank you for all your help and hard work on council. And so we have little things to go. So I have something to read, which I should have probably stayed on target with. Whereas Councilwoman Jan Bailey has made significant efforts to improve our community through her service, whereas Councilwoman Jan Bailey has served the City Council and the people of Clear Lake Shores for 8 years. whereas Councilwoman Jan Bailey has extended knowledge and wisdom that has been invaluable to our community, whereas the City of Clear Lake Shores wishes to express its gratitude for dedication and service from Councilwoman Jan Bailey. Now therefore I, Kurt Otten, virtual authority is vested in me as mayor, Clear Lake Shores, do hereby issue this certificate of appreciation of Councilwoman Jan Bailey. So just stay there. We'll get the chair out of the way. Hopefully this is the right one. Yes. So also, just your part of the going away present on behalf of the city staff, city, and council. We thank you for many years of outstanding service and sincere gratitude and recognition for your unwavering support, guidance, and invaluable leadership to help and guidance our city to a better place. You have set an example to be followed in the future and cherished by those of us that were fortunate enough to have experienced it for ourselves. And you were a member since 2013 to 2021.
Thank you. Here, I'll stand up here. Thank
I got
you.
something else for you.
Christmas. Aw, thank you. Thank you.
Jan Bailey. You get a box. The other ones used to say crown, but it really didn't have crown in it. Next is Christy. I could get this right either way, alphabetized, because Christy was first name or Bailey second, last name. But same thing, certificate of appreciation, and your silver dollar.
Thank you.
So, and then you don't run out because you got your silver dollar. Whereas Councilwoman Christy Lyons has made significant efforts to improve the community through her service, whereas Councilwoman Christy Lyons has served the City Council and the people of Clear Lake Shores for 4 years, whereas Councilwoman Christy Lyons has extended knowledge and wisdom and has been invaluable to our community, whereas City of Clear Lake Shores wishes to express its gratitude for dedication and service from Councilwoman Christy Lyons. Now therefore I, Kurt Otten, virtue of authority vested in me as mayor of Clear Lake Shores, do hereby issue the certificate of appreciation to Councilwoman Christy Lyons. Now, Christy, we really, really do appreciate everything you've done. I know you've worked tirelessly behind the scenes on many things, and I don't know if Pat's going to be in trouble now because you're going to be at home and taking care of more stuff, and everything that Becca, they gave up for you while you were serving on City Council. But the city does recognize that, the staff recognizes it, the police department recognizes that, and most council recognizes it, and I very recognize it. So, and of course a little memento to put up while you're in Florida, so at least you won't have to grab it when a hurricane comes. So in honor of Christy Lyons, council member 27-2021, we thank you for many years of outstanding service and sincere gratitude and recognition for your unwavering support, guidance, and invaluable leadership that helped in guiding our city to a better place. You have set an example to be followed in the future and cherished by those of us who are fortunate enough to have experienced it for ourselves. May of 2021. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Picture. And we got another gift from us, council. So I appreciate.
Thank you.
Take those and make them grow.
I will.
Christy Lyons.
All right, it's your turn
I
to
get
get
my
your
dollar?
dollar. You get paid. That's his appointment. His certificate is the same as yours. But it's not this one? It's on my printer at work. On my printer. Oh.
That's my appointment. So we'll pretend. Thank you.
Thank you.
And here.
Here's your dollar. Thank Thanks for serving. We've enjoyed you as a mayor.
All right.
That's your appointment thing.
And you get a box.
Oh, yeah, I need my box. How am I gonna carry all this?
I don't know. That's why you brought Pat and Becca.
Yeah, right.
So. All right. So thank y'all very much. Next is administer statement of election of oath of office to newly elected, re-elected candidates consisting of Mayor Kurt Otten and council members Monica Levitt and Steve Wirtz. So at this time, if you don't mind, Jan Bailey and Christy Lyons, I'm sending you home with your families.
Early dismissal. Early dismissal.
And I want to welcome Greg Ricard here today. He's going to read us in. And if you can come up to the front, please. And we'll have the two new candidates, Steve Wirtz and Miss Monica Noel Levitt, to come up. I need to step up there. Yeah, I think we're going to do them all at the same time.
Okay, I'll just read one and then y'all can sign. I'll sign.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mayor, if you'll sign down here. All right, I'll sign to you. Sign there. All right. And there's that one. And you'll sign next. There you go, Monica. You'll sign right there. Okay. And now, Steve, you'll sign right there for me. That is it. Congratulations, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Mayor.
Okay.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Judge.
y'all.
Yeah, what's with the dollar?
Huh? Yeah, absolutely. Adri's gonna take a picture, council. So I have to thank everybody for coming out tonight. You know, over the last 2 years, we've gotten a lot done. I feel we've done really good. We've had a strong council, and even more than that, you know, 11 new council members in the last 2 years. A big switch over, but we can't do what we do for the city without the strong council that we have, and I really appreciate all of you for everything you do. And on top of that, we have 3 EDC presidents that I don't want to say we've gone through, but we've changed. And so that just shows a testament of this city stepping up and volunteering. And we can't do this without these people coming up and volunteering to take this on. And it's really important for the city to continue and to work with the city staff and the police department and do everything that we do. So, and then lastly, mostly important is for the citizens and protecting their will and their properties and everything that goes on in the city. And it's not just the island, it is more than the island. There's another 14 acres across the street that we haven't even built out yet. There's another 5 acres over there near Portofino that, you know, someday may get a hotel, and then our first subdivision. So we're not done growing. Things are changing on the island too. Houses are being bought out, and unfortunately some of those are tore down and they build new houses, but it's ever changing, and that's what occurs. But I appreciate everything that everybody does and look forward to working with this council too. So thank y'all. All right, moving on to more business. Item number C is appoint 2 members consisting of Randy Chronister and Kurt Otten to the Emergency Service Board for the City Council. And the Emergency Services Board basically lays out what we're working with the fire department, and is a liaison group that works in turn with the water board and helps fund the fire department. So with the recent changes in guard with Kima and Mr. Joyner becoming mayor, he'll probably most likely put himself up on the ESB, and Mr. Wiggins being on ESB, we just thought that I think it would be best for myself to be on there to help foster forward progress in that whole arena. So, if anybody has any, or make a motion, we can discuss.
I'll make a motion to appoint Randy Chronister and Kurt Otten to the ESB.
I'll second it.
All right. Oh, you got. There's your mic's on and off.
I'll second that.
All right. Motion by Mr. Scanlon, second by Ms. Leddit. And I'm sorry because it'll take me a while to get going with it. Ledet? Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
You're just so used to him making motions, that's what it is.
All right. Any discussion? Having none, all in favor, aye. Raise your hand or say aye. Rick, were you aye or? Right. Any opposed, nay? All right, 1 nay. All right, motion passes. All right, next is item number D, appoint 1 member to the Bayou Animal Service Board of Directors from the City Council. So we had 2 folks that stepped down, and so trying to look more towards the newer council to take on some of this stuff. A lot of the existing council has a lot of memberships that they belong to, so if this interests you, please throw your name in the hat. So that's one of the items that are out there. So anybody want to do the Bayou Animal Service Board?
I'll do the Bayou Animal Service Board,
Okay.
if anybody wants to motion it.
Alright, well, I'll make a motion for item D there to appoint, Monica Leday, if I pronounce it correctly, to the, Bayou Animal Services Board of Directors from the City of Clear Lake Shores.
I'll second.
Alright, motion by Mr. Fisher, second by Mr. Cronister. Any discussion?
Yes, actually, I don't know if this isn't related to this line. I had a question about, I thought I was already on one of these, so I wasn't gonna volunteer myself, but am I not? Item G is Waterfront Review Board.
Yeah, that's a council member, not a,
Oh,
that's a review board, not committee.
Okay, that's a different one. Alright,
Yep.
thanks.
Alright, no further discussion? All in favor, aye? Any opposed, nay? Having none, motion passes unanimously. Item E is appoint one member of council to the Houston-Galveston Area Council, HGAC, from the City Council. And, this is the, let me get this right. No, that's the next one. This is HGAC. No, E's separate, this is the Houston Council, Jan was a member of that. So that's the one up north, it's 14 regions in this area, 14 counties in this area, 52, or 24 regions, right, 24 regions throughout the state, and it's a conglomeration of folks that get together that have funding that allows for providing grants for the 14 counties that are in this one region. So, correct. Roads and roads and bridges and all that stuff. So it's important, and I think, believe me, correct me if I'm wrong, Jan, but you helped in electing a representative that's on the council, on the board, right? So you don't have to go to everything. It's good to go to everything, but there's actually a representative that the city gets to vote in. Any takers?
I'll motion to appoint Alex Scanlon to the HG Area Council. Can I do that?
Alright, Alex.
Alex, I will second that motion.
Alright, motion by Mr. Scanlon, second by Ms. Leday, sorry. And, any discussion? Having none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Having none, motion passes unanimously. Next is appoint one member, to the Galveston County Transportation Board from City Council. And they meet quarterly, is that right? And, it's to deal with all the transportation within the Galveston County area. Yeah, there you go. Talk to Christy, it's real easy.
Okay, I can do that. I will throw my...
Make a motion for yourself if you want.
Oh, even better. I motion Monica Leday to be the member of the Galveston County Transportation Board.
I'll second.
Alright, motion by Ms. Leday, second by Mr. Fisher. Any discussion? Having none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Having none, motion passes unanimously. Item G, appoint one member to the Waterfront Review Board from City Council. This is different than the Waterfront Committee. This is where we have a council member, Kevin Harrell, and what was the other?
We have a member from the Waterfront.
No, member from the Waterfront Committee, Compliance Committee. So that's in case there's a dispute between waterfront leases that they cannot resolve on their own. They bring it to the city this then would go to the review board, and the review board is final. Steve?
I'll throw myself on that one.
Sure, if you want.
I'll make a motion for, Rick Fisher to be appointed to the, as member for the Waterfront Review Board from, City Council.
I'll second the motion.
All right, motion by Mr. Fisher for Mr. Fisher and second by Ms. Leday. Any discussion? Having none, all in favor, aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Having none, motion passes unanimously. Next is, item H, appoint one member of council liaison to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
This one I actually want to do. One I so-called didn't start it.
All right. So it is, pretty much says what it is, the Planning and Zoning Commission. And, we need somebody to be the liaison between council and that committee.
I'd like to nominate Steve Wirtis for the position of council liaison to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
And Steve, you're not on that, are you? Yeah, I believe so, right? Yeah, you can't be on it, and, so, I mean, but you may wanna come off if you want to, I don't know. Just as a liaison, you wouldn't get a vote on that committee anymore. Yeah, so we can finish the motion and discuss.
I'll second.
All right, motion by Ms. Steve Wirtz, second by Mr. Scanlon. Discussion.
Yeah, yes, Steve, I was in the same position for roads and drainage, and I thought it was more important to stay on as an active member of the board rather than the liaison. I found it's more helpful, but it really can work either way, so it's really up to you.
Well, I don't wanna reinvent the wheel, and whatever I can contribute the most, if it's, to remain on the board, then I'd be happy to do so, or,
And let me remind, council, it's not, I mean, not set in stone. We can start off this way and then work with yourselves and see if there's something that you wanna switch that just makes more sense. We can always bring it back as another action item on the agenda, so it's not like I have to do this for the next year or 2 years. So.
If Steve becomes a liaison, then therefore he is automatically off the board, and then we'll be, so if you're unsure, maybe that's not the best move for tonight.
it's not that I'm unsure, it's that I don't wanna, harm the planning and zoning group. I don't wanna leave you short-handed or anything. Whatever's best for the city is fine with me.
So as liaison, you don't get a vote on it, correct?
That's
You just
correct.
liaise.
You bring their recommendations and they pretty much work on their own. You can modify it if somebody else wants to suggest a change, and then you can amend your motion. So if somebody else knows that they wanna run, then you can amend it for that person.
I wish to amend the motion and nominate Monica for the position of the council liaison to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
I'll second it.
All right, so motion for Ms. Leday to be on the, council liaison for planning and zoning, second by Mr. Fisher. Any discussion? Having none, all in favor, aye? Any opposed, nay? Having none, motion passes unanimously. And lastly, item I, appoint Councilman Steve Wirtz as Mayor Pro Tem. And, that's who I have selected to be our, Mayor Pro Tem in case I'm absent. Mr. Steve Wirtz has background in running meetings, and I think it would be best for ourselves. I don't intend to miss any meetings, but in case I do, that's who I would recommend. Have a motion?
I'll motion to appoint Steve Wirtz the Mayor Pro Tem.
A second? no second, so the motion passes, or doesn't pass, it dies. Does anybody wanna recommend a different pro tem?
Can we do that now?
Yeah, we can.
I'd like to, recommend, Randy Cronister as, Mayor Pro Tem.
I'll second.
Alright, made a motion by Mr. Fisher for Mr. Cronister for Mayor Pro Tem, a second by Mr. Scanlon. Any discussion? I think that's, you know, I've done a lot of work for the city and, researched this, and I don't have anything against you, Mr. Cronister. So, don't take it the wrong way, but I think Mr. Wirtz was a better choice. But it's disappointing to see council, go this direction, but it is what it is. Any further discussion?
Yet we haven't heard from either of the two nominees. Randy, are you comfortable being Mayor Pro Tem? Is that something you're, you know, looking at positively?
I would, yes.
So aside from filling in for you and leading meetings, what exactly would he be doing?
That's exactly it.
That's it?
That's Mayor Pro Tem. As they take over council meetings or attend other items in place of myself if I'm not in attendance.
So my only concern with Steve is, I mean, he's brand new. So not that everybody has a whole lot of tenure here, but
Right,
he's
I understand.
brand new to the council. So that's my primary concern.
And
not being
my
familiar with what's going on with the state.
research into looking into this, he has a lot of, information with working with boards and within businesses. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, aye? One. All opposed, nay? So a lot of people abstained. Mr. Cronister abstained, Mr. Wirtz abstained, Ms. Day abstained, 1 for and 1 against. So it leaves it up to me. Is that right?
What it's looking like, either that or we don't have a mayor pro tem.
Alright, so I'll make the deciding vote. I'll select Mr. Wirtz as Mayor Pro Tem, and we can always discuss this some more and bring it back to council. But for the interim right now, Mr. Wirtz, Mayor Pro Tem. Alright, item number 7 is adjournment at, 7:19. Thank you. Thank y'all for coming out tonight. We appreciate it.